So a New York Times investigation over the weekend found that nearly $89 million were raised via a robocall self-enriching scheme. Now, here's how it happened. The New York Times found that a circle of conservative nonprofits advocating for causes loosely related to veterans and police in cahoots with consultants and a series of shell companies together formed what the Times posited was a self-enrichment scheme. So these organizations raised $89 million. However, only spent 826,000 of those dollars going to the actual campaigns of these five nonprofits. The rest, or a large majority of the rest, were poured back into these robocall companies that, in essence, were in cahoots with the nonprofits they were fundraising. So it would seem through these networks that they kind of created this grassroots money making machine where the robocall, fundraising consultants were getting a ton of the money they were in fact raising. So this detailed investigation zeroed in on three Republican political consultants in particular, who together appeared to be the glue that kept this machine going. The organizations in question were not actually 501c3s. They are IRS 527 groups, which is a different classification under tax code and also has to do with election law about like political work. But they did have a responsibility to file with the IRS. So we have basically this like feedback loop enriching scheme. George, you and I were talking before the call. Is this legal? Is this illegal? At very least, it was certainly deceptive to the consumers, essentially, lying about what the true intentions of the fundraising was.
By the way, those robocalls were also fundraising calls. And so if the donors were led to believe that those dollars were actually going to support programmatic, meaning direct dollars to veterans, police, EMS, firefighters, that's a violation, actually, of donor intent. And that actually can be subject to legal action. What's interesting is there's a lot of small donors here. So I'll dollar bet you, Nick, that we will be maybe covering a class action suit because some lawyer out there is figuring this out right meow.